uncles, they are mothers and...
Yeah, you're welcome back. And our guest, already seated, is Joseph Attah. Joseph Attah is Deputy Comptroller and PRO of Customs Service. He's also the spokesman of the Exercise Swift Response. Joseph, you're welcome too.
It's my pleasure. Good evening.
Now, let's begin the discussion by asking you to educate the viewer on the Operation Swift, under which Nigeria's borders have been partially closed.
Before now, trans-border activities fueled by indifference or either deliberate non-compliance with ECOWAS protocol on transit by our neighbors have been affecting negatively our national economy and security. Nigerians have been asking questions. Where are the security forces? Why are these things coming in? These people that come in and compromise our security, how did they come in? How is it that Nigeria's security architecture cannot effectively deal with the challenge of porous border? And of course, in response to that, like every responsible government will do worldwide, the Office of the National Security Advisor just pull security forces together, Nigerian Customs Service, Nigerian Immigration Service, the Armed Forces of Nigeria, police, and the operatives of the intelligence agencies to engage in Exercise Swift Response, which is a joint security exercise aimed at stepping up our state of preparedness against trans-border crimes and criminalities. That is what is happening, and 23, 24 days down the line, the achievements have been so wonderful and tremendous.
All right. Reading through one of your releases for some days ago, we have 1,400 illegal border routes across the nation. But then you have just 84 of them mapped and have perhaps a patrol post. How are you managing to cope with the expanse of land in question here? We're talking about 4,000 square kilometers, of coverage.
Well, I don't think any custom officer can put a definite figure to unapproved routes. That is why they are called unapproved routes. If any custom officer can do that, then a policeman could jolly well tell you the number of thieves in a particular town. It's not possible. But I can tell you the number of approved routes. At least we have 73 approved routes in this country. Then the challenge is much more on, from the approved routes. And that is why this pulling together of security forces have enabled us to reach where hitherto the Nigerian Customs Service alone cannot reach. As it is, even if you bring the officers and men of the Nigerian Customs Service to hold their hands, they are not likely to reach even one third of it. So bringing these forces together means increase in manpower, increase in working tools, increase in technology. So what is happening beyond the approved routes that your reporters have just told us, gave us a situation report, our attention is even much more paid to those unapproved routes, those places that those who do not wish us well take advantage of, those forests, bushes, creeks. That's where these forces are being deployed, and they are effectively and rigorously patrolling this line. The achievements in terms of seizures are marvelous.
Yeah, let's go to achievements in terms of seizures.
Okay, so far we've arrested 142 illegal migrants, and you can just imagine that if only 30 out of these 142 were coming into this country with a mindset to cause havoc, what that has saved Nigerians. We've already seized over 9,000 bags of rice, 122 MPK bags of fertilizer. Those are raw material for improvised explosives, PMS, and so many other things. 128 suspects have also been arrested in connection with all these smuggled goods that have been seized.
Yeah, you have 4 zones, 4 operational zones at the moment.
Yeah.
What are the results from each of the zones? Because what you've told us now, are they from one particular zone?
No, they are cumulative. We continue to get these results per hour, either from zone sector 1, we call them sector 1, sector 2, sector 3, sector 4, meaning the 4 zones. So this report keep coming in, and this is the cumulative results.
All right, now, our viewers also like to know how this operation is working. What is the structure? You are collaborating with other forces. You know, what is your structure in terms of, operational activities?
Well, as I said earlier, a number of operatives were drawn from all these agencies and put together. The lead agency, of course, is the Nigerian Customs Service, then the Nigerian Immigration. Now, what that means is that these officers or operatives put together are divided into 4 sectors under the leadership of an Assistant Controller General of Customs. You know, Customs being a lead agency, the Assistant Controller General of Customs becomes the sector coordinator, and then commanders are drawn from all the agencies to provide effective leadership and supervision on the operation.
Now, there are alleged reports that some of your men are compromising to the extent that some smugglers still find their way. Some have diverted to waterways to make sure that their goods are brought into Nigeria. How are you coping with that?
Well, I'll be surprised if I walk out of this studio without hearing this question. Our experience has been that anytime there is this decisive action, you find all sorts of blackmail, you find all sorts of smear campaigns to discredit and possibly lead to the disbandment of the operation. But I think the government is decided enough to ensure that no amount of blackmail we sway it from doing what is going on right now. Why I will not also say that everybody in the operation or in the exercise is an angel. I think it is comforting to know that we have a leadership that is decisive. We have a leadership that will not compromise any operative found doing anything contrary to the directive on ground.
Yes, I asked that question because in my opening remarks, I made mention of the conversation between President Buhari and his Benin Republic counterpart, Patrice Talon, on the sidelines of the TICAD 7 in Japan, where President Buhari promised him that what Nigeria is doing is to ensure that our forces will be able to forge a comprehensive measure, that will stem the tide of smuggling in our borders. Now that you are on this operation presently, are you putting in place a long-term plan, to perhaps see that smuggling is reduced to the barest minimum and other criminalities that take place in trans-border business after this operation?
Well, that brings me back to my opening comment. I said this whole idea of exercise was necessitated by indifference and deliberate non-compliance to ECOWAS protocol on transit. What do I mean by that? It simply means that over a period of time, our neighbors, who, by the way, we didn't choose, they're bestowed on us by nature, have somehow found it convenient not to comply with the ECOWAS protocol on transit. What is ECOWAS protocol on transit? It puts the responsibility of escort on goods destined for another country on the shoulder of the receiving country. What does that mean? That means that if, for instance, a container arrives at Cotonou port destined for Nigeria, the Beninois authorities, after collecting whatever taxes there is in their own country to collect, if there is, they are supposed to provide escort without tampering with the seal right to the border of the destination country, in this case, Nigeria, and hand it over to the authority of the destination country. But our experience has been that when this thing arrived there, they will break the seal, transload them into trailers and trucks. That is completely against ECOWAS
In that
protocol and transit.
what is the responsibility of the customs?
Now, that's what I'm getting there. This has been the experience. A lot of complaints have been registered in different fora. Our regional customs body, we've raised this a number of times. At a point, they came and said, look, you know you are a big brother. We are not as strong as you. We are not as rich as you are. The federal government of Nigeria, through the Nigerian Customs Service, bent backward to even support them with patrol vehicles, 10 Hilux, brand new patrol vehicles, to enable them carry out this responsibility. They did what looked like compliance within 2 weeks, and then reneged, and they are back to square one. Don't even ask me if they return our vehicles back to us. And then we've been somehow playing the big brother role. And I mean, we cannot continue to play this big brother role fraught with all sorts of economic and security consequences on our nationals.
Now, going forward, are you assuring Nigerians that Nigerian Customs will step up its game in terms of protecting our border after this operation? Because I'm sure that at a point this operation will cease while the Customs will now take over their traditional responsibility.
I think more than ever, the Nigerian Customs Service is quite assured of government support. I mean, of course, there
equipment to do this.
It's not necessarily, yes, manpower is one of those things, but it is not necessarily about manpower. I'm sure as the exercise progresses, security reports that are reaching the Office of the National Security Advisor, observations, intelligence report and all that will be properly analyzed, and appropriate decisions will be taken, including acquisition of non-intrusive equipment, which will help the operatives of the Nigerian Customs Service to perform their job even better. But beyond that, this exercise is also a platform for security forces in Nigeria to begin to see themselves that even though we are divided by the colors of the uniform we wear, we are united in securing our nation, securing our people. So going forward, the bonding that is currently going on, we make it easy for quick intervention, reinforcement, should any agency need the assistance of the order.
All right, Joseph Attah, Deputy Comptroller and PRO, Nigeria Customs Service, would like to appreciate your comments, or appreciate your time, and of course your insight in this short conversation. Thank you for coming to the program.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
And you're still watching